All right, welcome back again. White Fang, Chapter 16, The Call of Kind. The months came and went. There was plenty of food and no work in the Southland, and White Fang lived fat and happy. Human kindness was like a sun shining upon him. He flourished like a flower planted in good soil. And yet he remained somehow different from other dogs. The wolf in the wild still lingered in him. He never chummed with the Southland dogs. He avoided his own kind and clung to the humans. The dogs feared him and greeted him with snarls, but they left him alone, except for Collie. She continued to annoy him whenever she found it possible. Otherwise, all things went well for White Fang. Danger and hurt did not lurk everywhere about him. Life was soft and easy, and he learned to romp and play with the master, to be tumbled down and rolled over. He did not even mind when Whedon would laugh at him. Long before, in his old life, laughter had made him frantic with rage. But he could not be angry with his master. As Whedon played and laughed, White Fang's jaws slightly parted, his lips moved a little, and a look of love and humor came into his eyes. He had learned to laugh. The master went out on horseback a great deal. One of White Fang's chief duties was to go with him, but with no sleds or harness. He ran alongside, free and happy. On one of these outings, a rabbit scampered in front of the horse. The horse was startled, and it reared up, throwing Whedon Scott. The master examined his injured leg and found it was broken. White Fang sprang in rage at the horse, thinking it had hurt his master. "Home, go home," the master commanded. White Fang did not want to desert the master, but again Whedon commanded him to go home. White Fang started to go, then returned and whined softly. The master talked to him gently, but seriously. White Fang cocked his ears. "That's all right, old fellow. You just run along home," said Whedon. "Go on home and tell them what's happened to me," Scott said. "Home with you, you wolf. Get along home." White Fang knew the meaning of home. He turned and trotted away. Then he stopped and looked back over his shoulder. "Go home," came the sharp command, and this time he obeyed. The family was on the porch when White Fang arrived. He came up, panting, covered with dust. "Whedon's back," said Whedon's mother. The children ran to meet White Fang, but he growled and tried to get past them. "He makes me nervous around the children," said the children's mother. "A wolf is a wolf," said Judge Scott. "There's no trusting one." "But he is not all wolf," said young Beth. "That's what Whedon says," replied the judge. "But how does he know?" "Why, he looks—" He did not finish. White Fang stood before him, growling fiercely. "Go away. Lie down, sir," Judge Scott commanded. White Fang turned to Scott's wife. She screamed with fright as he seized her dress in his teeth and dragged on it till the fabric tore. "I hope he is not going mad," said Whedon's mother. "I told Whedon that an Arctic animal—" At this moment, White Fang did something the family had never heard him do before. He began to bark. "He's trying to speak," Beth announced. "Something has happened to Whedon," his wife said earnestly. They were all on their feet now. White Fang ran down the steps, looking back for them to follow. He led them to his master, and they helped the injured man home. The wolf had done what no wolf can do. He had barked and made himself understood. After this event, he found a warmer place in the hearts of the Sierra Vista people. They admitted he was a wise dog, even though he was a wolf. Only Judge Scott refused to accept that White Fang had any dog qualities. To him, the animal was all wolf. The days came and went. As the days grew shorter and White Fang's second winter in the Southland came on, he made a strange discovery. Collie became playful. He forgot that she had once annoyed him. One day she led him off on a long chase through the pasture and into the woods. Side by side, White Fang ran with Collie, just as his mother, Kitchi, and old One Eye had run long years before in the silent Northland forest.